Hi guys, I'm Karen Rice. Welcome to my demo of silver birch trees. I'm using Flamboyant watercolour paper made by Fontaine. It's a paper that's been around for a while. It's made from 50% cotton and 50% cellulose, and they actually put droplets of water on after to get that texture that you can see there. They use that as part of the making process. It's fascinating, but it also gives you this lovely textured surface, which is lovely when you're doing wet in wet washes to create lots of textured foregrounds, etc., and to make your paints really stand out. They do say not to use masking fluid with it. It's not very good for it. The other thing which I found out when you watch this video is also masking tape isn't that great for it. I got this free sample from the SAA, the Society of All Artists, and a 10 pack sort of 10 by 14 size is about $10.99 from the SAA. So as you can see here, I'm going to be doing my silver birch trees. I've just ripped masking tape and laid it on the paper, stuck it down. I'm mixing up some autumnal colours, some yellow, some burnt sienna, some pink, some brown with blues, you know, all sorts of yummy colours, autumnal colours. Now I'm using a big flat 1-inch brush just to wet the surface. If you want to know any of the materials I've used, I will put them in the description below this video. And if you have any questions, please ask me about what sort of techniques or materials I've used. I'm more than happy to get back to you. I'm using a cerulean wash, painting wet in wet with a sort of size 8 soft sable round brush. I'm putting in a little bit of yellow here. This is going to be sort of in the middle distance, just to show the light of the sun coming through, and then some yellow ochre and then a bright orange in the foreground, and just painting that around. Here goes my burnt sienna with some pink mixed together. All painting wet on wet. You've got to be quite fast with this, you know, no sort of dilly-dallying, or get that paint on really quickly and just enjoy it. They just have to sort of blend together. I'm just using a bit of ultramarine, actually burnt sienna now, just to get that blending nicely. There. It looks like I'm painting really fast. I am painting really fast. I'm just, as you can look actually here, look at this wonderful texture this paper has. I really like it. It's just gorgeous. I'm just mixing up a little bit more of burnt sienna and a bit of blue, and just putting this dark sort of wash below the trees. This colour is quite thick and the paper's quite damp, so it's not wet into wet anymore, it's damp into damp. I'm using a knife now, a painting knife, and as you can see I'm trying to scratch off the colour, but it's bleeding back in, so it's too soon to do this. So I'm just going to wait for the paint to dry off a bit. Meanwhile, I'm using a little apple twig sharpened with a pencil sharpener and just putting in a few trees with burnt sienna. A little bit of a close-up here, as you can see, keeping everything quite loose, you know, just kind of free, just enjoying it, just putting those in. And don't worry about the bleeds, it just all creates a natural look. And the thing about this paper as well, it does sort of take you can work wet in wet a lot longer. As you can see now, my knife is working now, and it's probably the fact that the paper does dry slower, which is one of the benefits that they say that the paper's good for. So it gives you longer to work when you're doing, especially when you're working wet in wet. I always get a little bit carried away at this stage, you know, even though my head's telling me to stop, I don't always stop. Here I've got a little bit of sea salt, which I'm sprinkling over to create even more texture. And as you look, after the salt has dried, look at that lovely, beautiful texture it's created. I'm just pulling off my masking tape now, and as you can see, it does tear the paper, unfortunately. So this is a masking tape I use on other watercolour papers, and it doesn't tear. So, you know, it has in this instance. I'm just putting on a bit of burnt sienna and ultramarine mixed together to make a really dark brown, to put these dark markings on the silver birch trees. I'm using a small size 3 round sable brush, and just sort of trying to be quite loose and just putting them randomly on the tree, so they're not all sort of, you know, in a pattern or anything like that, all looking the same. Just trying to sort of dot them here and there. If I could close my eyes and do it, I would, but they'd probably end up in the bushes somewhere. So what I'm doing now is I'm using a bit of ultramarine with a touch of burnt sienna as a shadow colour, quite a watery wash, and painting down the right hand side of the trees, showing that the light is coming from the left. It kind of makes them look a little bit more 3D by doing this. I'm not so much worried that my little dark marks aren't dry, because it kind of smudges them a bit and makes them look a little bit more natural looking. So you can see here, just softening. Actually, in this instance, the fact the paper has torn has actually worked in my favour, and it actually creates more texture. I'm not saying to stick masking tape on, but it has worked in this instance. So I call that a watercolour happy accident. I'm just putting a bit more dark ultramarine burnt sienna at the bottom of the trees, just to hide the bottom where the masking tape had left a sharp, hard edge. So just to soften that, putting in some some branches on the trees now. Again with ultramarine burnt sienna with a thin size 3 brush with my rigger, and spattering orange and yellows, nice big sort of puddles of colour, just to liven up the foliage in the trees. I'm going to do the same at the bottom of the trees as well. I love this lovely orangey colour with lemon yellow. It's beautiful together, really livens things up. Someone needs to tell me to stop spattering. Here's a close-up, just looking at all the textures that the paper has made, the knife work has made, and also the salt and the spattering. I'm going back in now with my little apple twig to put some more dark markings, really thick paint. I'm putting that straight into the paint actually, where it's really thick, and just putting that on, and it just gives it a little bit more of a sharp detail. Here's a close-up version of here. It's actually quite exciting, this sort of part of the painting. I really started to appreciate the paper and quite liked the paper. It's got a lovely fresh quality and seems to really make my watercolour stand out. And yeah, just doing a few more finishing touches. Sometimes it's knowing when to stop. That's the tricky thing. So here we are, all finished. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've just put a little mount around it just to finish it off as well. Please try out the paper, it's great fun. And if you'd like to see any more videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.